Welcome to After Dark at the Fixed Ops Roundtable, featuring Katrina Ness, Vanessa Collins, and Ted Ings. This episode is brought to you by BG Products, partners beyond products. And now for your hosts, Ted Ings, Vanessa Collins, and Katrina Ness.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Fixed Ops Roundtable's After Dark show. I'm Vanessa Collins, and I am joined by Ted Ings and our very special guest, Kimberly Grubb, Director of Communication and Customer Experience at Cooper Automotive Group in Oklahoma.
Hi, everyone.
Kimberly, welcome. We're honored to have you. Thank you for being here.
Well, gosh, thanks for having me. This is the honor.
So we should have a fun evening tonight. We got a great show in store. Now, Vanessa, we're live tonight, right?
Yes, we are live.
All right. So everybody will bring the comments in. Sean Kingery, good evening to you, my friend, and welcome. And a lot to talk about tonight, a lot to catch up on, a lot of things happening with the 90s Rewind show, and exciting place to be. And Kimberly, I can't remember a more exciting time to be in our industry than where we are right now.
You know, I can't either. And being in it for 25 years, it's constantly changing. For so long, it seemed like it was the same business. And then bang, like just the past 5 years, Ted, it's been just so fun to be a part of the car business.
It has. And you work with a very popular group there. And I know we have some questions for you tonight. We're going to ask you how you got into the business and how all that came about. First of all, Vanessa, it seems like somebody's missing tonight. Where's Katrina?
Yes, we are missing our other co-host, Katrina Ness. She is actually off to Costa Rica. I think she went home to Birmingham today, and then they are taking off early in the morning tomorrow. So that is very exciting, and I hope she has such a good time in the warm weather.
Yeah, so great, and very happy for Katrina and all that's going on. So a lot happening in fixed ops, and I know it doesn't seem like it seems like a long time from now, but it's really not. The next event is coming up in just over 9 weeks, and Vanessa, that's the 90s Rewind event. Tell us when that is and how we get our tickets for that.
Yeah, so like Ted said, we are having our 90s Rewind event. It's our next big event with Fixed Ops Roundtable. It is taking place May 13th through the 16th. Like always, it's 4 days, all virtual, online, and tickets are complimentary. You can get your tickets at fixedopsroundtable.com. So make sure to secure your seat, and if you're willing to dress for the theme.
That's right. And either way, everybody, we've got some trivia coming up tonight. We've got some photos of fixed ops superstars from back in the 90s. So we're going to play some trivia as we get a little later into the show. And Alan Bass, we're looking forward to seeing everybody who's coming in with their 90s pictures, and a lot there. And Jamie Alexander, welcome as well. So, all right, here we are early in March. Can't believe it already. And Kimberly, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do there at Cooper Automotive Group.
I have a pretty unique position at the Auto Group. I am the Director of Communication and Customer Experience. What that entails is obviously heading up our Fixed Ops BDC. I assist with a lot of the process implementation for the service drives. I also help them manage their flow by setting their capacities in all the dealerships and everything. And I now have a CSI team, and we do CSI focus groups at every one of our dealerships twice a month, where we bring in a different representative from each department. And it is a even platform, no holds barred. Anybody can say whatever they want, and it's just an open forum. And we have really done a lot of good work.
And someone likes their squeaky toy. I can hear in the background.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Sean Butler, good evening, by the way. See you in there. See you in the chat. So look forward to seeing you, Sean. A lot going on. What kind of dog do you have?
I have a miniature long-haired dachshund that's all of 10 pounds, and he's got a very large personality.
Okay.
Aww.
I was doing everything I could to just wear him out before we went on air, and it didn't work.
Oh my goodness.
Everyone knows.
Sorry about that.
That's right. And yeah, Sean, we love the squeaky toys. And Roger Conant, good evening tonight from Houston, and happy to have you here, Roger. And a lot happening in our industry. So, Vanessa, I know you've got some questions. You kind of take it away, and we'll add stuff as we go through.
Yes, absolutely. So, Kimberly, my first question for you is, why does a dealer group need a centralized fixed operations business development center?
Ooh, good question.
Wow, that's a good one. Well, anyone that would think that that has multiple rooftops, that thinks they might not be something that they need, I would challenge them to call their service drive anytime in the morning between 7 and 10 a.m. and attempt to reach someone to make a service appointment. Or I would also challenge them to call their dealership sometime between 1 and 6 and try to reach someone to get a status check. It's just, they don't have the time. They are so busy doing what they do best, which is be with that customer and help them through that service process. Us taking 60% of the phone calls off the drive, 60%, that frees them up to do so much more face-to-face with that customer, be on top of their status checks, be on top of their communication. And wouldn't you rather have someone making the appointments that's got this awesome process and understands that it's the gateway to the service experience and sets it up for the service advisors and the service managers in the right way, so that when the customer arrives, they're comfortable, they're confident, they feel like they've already had a pretty unique experience, depending on, who took their call.
And it wasn't so many years ago that we didn't have such a thing as a service, let alone any BDC. But now, Kimberly, it's becoming more and more accepted. I see it, and I know you just attended a 20 group. We were talking in the green room. Were the other dealers, did they have service BDCs as well, that one that you attended?
Yes, the one that I attended, it was all for service and fixed ops BDC. And that is something that we have just not had, ever yet. And so I was so grateful to be invited to be a part of it, because the ideas that were shared, you get along to where you start thinking that you know quite a bit. Well, let me tell you, you don't know what you don't know. And having that many professionals gathered in a room together and just sharing ideas and talking about different things and what's your best practice, this is what I need help with, who can help me. It was like the best day and a half I think I've had of training ever.
Wow. Roger Conant, who's in the chat tonight in Texas, Roger ran a centralized BDC. Roger, I'm not sure if you were on the sales or service side. Chime in with us on that. But you're right, Roger, incredibly effective. And you know what? The phones continue to be the number one topic at the Fixed Ops Roundtable, Kimberly. I know you were just in that panel that we had, but phones are at the top of the list. Because if we don't get the phones right, it's a chain reaction. The rest of the process could fall apart easy.
It certainly is. And, without that centralized BDC, who is your go-to person to reach out to your customers when there's OEM recalls? Who's your go-to person to reach out to your customers when parts have arrived that need to be scheduled back to have those taken care of? Right. Who's your go-to person that looks at your lists and even, the telematic lists from the OEM? Your car is due for service. We can't rely on the customer themselves. We can help them. Hey, we just saw that your light came on. Let's get that scheduled in for you and save you some time and do it when it's convenient. Nobody's doing that if you don't have that process.
Your recalls, you're so right. Roger's got a good point here in the chat. He says people are using the phone more than ever. You wouldn't think that, with all the texting that we've got and going outbound to the customer. But what are your thoughts? Why do customers, guests call up on the phone, especially on service? And I'm one of those, by the way. I do it myself.
Well, it's what I think, and this is purely just from doing this, is it's never cut and dried, Ted. A lot of times a customer has a question that they need answered first. A customer wants to make sure that somebody's going to be there to be able to handle this. How long am I going to have to wait? You can't see these things on the web. You can't plan your day on the web. So they want to talk to someone. And, sometimes it just is more effective because of that personal connection. They want that and they deserve it. They deserve somebody that's on that other end of the phone that cares about them and can say, you know what? I also saw that the last time you were in, there were a couple of services recommended. Did you want to go ahead and get one of those done this time too?
Wow.
You can't do that on the web. And
Right.
what I noticed is 5 years ago, it seemed like web traffic had gone up as far as scheduling. And then it's gone back down in the past 2. It just kind of, it leveled off and then it went back down and it went back to personal phone calls.
That's, yeah. I, even as, a Gen Z or somebody who's more grew up with technology, tech savvy, today I was trying to track a package and change the delivery address. And instead of, doing it all online, because they have like a mobile feature, I think that human interaction is so valuable, and no amount of technology, AI can take away the value of just human interaction and talking to someone. So I think you're absolutely right on that. And I think it holds true for other industries too.
Right. And it just, that personal touch in the beginning sets the tone for the entire experience. And, I'm all about web appointments and everything. We even have our web appointments set to be available during the times that we have a hard time filling. And so what we'll do is we'll have 3 or 4 in the morning, more so in the early afternoon. And those morning ones always fill up really fast. But if availability is later and it's there, that gives us a chance to fill that shop all day instead of having that peak and valley.
Yeah. And a good barometer I've heard, and I know, is to walk through the shop at 3 o'clock or 3:30 in the afternoon. And if it's not full and it's not everybody's, busy or efficient, okay, there are some holes in that schedule for sure. And, it takes a person to know, what that shop schedule looks like and what your mix of work is for that particular day as well.
Absolutely. And, you can't relay that on a web appointment that, our shop isn't quite as busy in the afternoon. And if you're going to wait on this vehicle, I would suggest coming in then because it's not quite as busy and we can get right to your vehicle.
I love it. That's so sweet.
Yeah. Well, moving on to another question I have. So explain your power words process. I'm very curious.
I enjoyed that.
I get asked about that a lot. Everybody has a response. You're going to get a response. You get handed a drink out of a drive-through window. You say, thank you. That person's response can either be no problem or okay, or absolutely, it was my pleasure.
My pleasure.
Which one's more effective? Which one gives you the warm fuzzy? I don't want to be told no problem because are you saying that it might have been a problem? So we avoid those quick, curt answers. And instead of yes, yeah, we're using terrific, absolutely, of course, positively, fantastic. We sprinkle these words in throughout the entire appointment process. It makes it memorable. That customer remembers, well, that's a word I haven't heard. And, we have a list of about 50 that we use. And yeah, we get kind of jammed up and start using the same ones every now and then. Well, I'll throw a bonus out for the day and say, we're going to use a new word. If you can work superb into your appointment process, you're going to get this. And it is so fun because it just livens up the room and kind of makes everybody on the same page of, this is fun. Let's do it again. And the energy rises in my people, which what does that do on the other end of the phone? It translates great.
Yeah.
And, the customers, some of them even giggle whenever we, say certain words and certain phrases. My favorite is, I'm the exact right person to take care of that for you. Let's get started. I need to make an appointment. Okay. Or I need to make an appointment. I'm the best person to do that for you. Let's get started now.
Wow.
Big difference.
So yeah, that difference is huge.
Yeah.
They never hear that anywhere else they call. They hear, oh wait, I'm not the right person. Let me go ahead and transfer and let it ring
Yeah.
50 times and go to voicemail.
Right. And the fact that you just said that, Ted, that is another reason a centralized BDC is such a good idea. I know that whenever we did, some phone analytics before we started the BDC, going through the phone tree, getting put on hold, getting transferred, getting put on hold, getting transferred again, our average was over 4 minutes before a customer that was calling into the service department got a live person. We're at 32 seconds now.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and that's going, and 20 seconds of it is, thank you for calling the Cooper Auto Group. Press 1 for sales, 2 for, So we're getting that contact immediately. There's no frustration because you transfer somebody around, you have them be on hold. Their frustration level just rose, and now it's not going to be a good experience for them, no matter what we do.
You got to be really patient to stay on hold that long to wait for a human being to come on. I mean, I'm not sure I could be that. I could be that person, Kim.
Well,
that's a long time.
One of the exercises that I do when I have a new hire is I want you to close your eyes, and they'll close their eyes, and I say, I'll tell you when 30 seconds has passed. Why don't you tell me first when you think 30 seconds has passed? They will go the average is about 17 seconds. And because they feel that it's much longer when you're other exactly 30 seconds seems like 5 minutes to a customer. And I need them to understand that. If they need to, put them on hold for any reason, we have a 10-second rule. If you haven't gotten them to where they need to go, if we haven't been able to warm transfer that call already, they go right back and reconnect with that customer so that they're not sitting there just clock ticking.
And explain the warm transfer, because we've used that phrase for many years. Then it kind of went away. I didn't hear about it a long time. And to a lot of people, that's new to them, that warm transfer concept,
What?
because I can't believe that it's not done in every case.
Warm transfer is, actually waiting for somebody on the other end of the call to pick up so that you can tell them, I have Mrs. Smith on the phone. She's calling for a status check on her vehicle. It came in this morning. May I transfer her? Now they know who's calling, what they're calling for. That grade advisor is already looking it up and seeing what her status is and has it by the time. When that call gets transferred, it's not service. It's, hi, Mrs. Smith. This is Josh. I'm looking up your status time right now. Is there anything else I can help you with while we're on the phone? They're not having to tell their same story to 5 different people. A blind transfer that you don't know if it's getting answered, getting put on hold, getting sent to a voicemail when that customer needs something urgent, maybe. That is just such a bad practice. A blind transfer is just the death of a phone call.
Yeah, I agree. And you don't have to start fresh, because you're starting fresh and explaining the same thing that you just explained to the previous person. And that's really frustrating to the guest.
Oh my gosh, it isn't. And I hear it, because I will listen to phone calls to make sure that we're doing what we say we're doing. And, whenever you get there, and did that person not just tell you anything after they've spent 3 minutes outlining a situation? They get upset, and it's not fun. And they feel like, why did I go through that if nobody's listening to me? If we do a warm transfer, they immediately know I was listening, and here's your answer. I've got him on the phone now. I'm going to transfer you.
So can I ask you, how many BDC agents are there at your group presently?
Right now, I am in a little hiring phase, so I'm a little low. But what I like to commonly have is 8. We have 9 rooftops, and we take 60% of all the phone calls coming into those service drives. And we do all of the outbound calling, all of the recalls, all of the OEM lists, all of the parts lists, everything. And I couldn't have done it with this amount of people if I had kept my obstinate little self and thought, I know what I'm doing. I don't need any help, and not listen to other people who might have had a product that could help me. And finding the right product that fit with my group doubled our abilities. So I can do so much more with less people.
And speaking of outbound calls, what are the keys to a good outbound call? Some other good facts.
Well, making sure that you're not making outbound calls just for the sake of making a call. What we call ourselves is the shrimp net of the dealership. We do. And we're the ones that are going back and reoffering that declined service. That is something that the customer knows about. We make no blind calls. None of our outbound calls are blind. They are to our customers to either remind them that it's time for service, to remind them of a recall, to remind them that a part has come in, to just keep them on track with their service needs. If they bought a certain package, hey, guess what? You've still got 2 of these left, and it's been a year. So let's go ahead and get you booked because you need an oil service. And if we can get that customer on the drive so that one of our great technicians can look at their vehicle, make sure everything's in great order, they win. And sometimes people just absolutely ignore the lights on their car, forget when the last time was, because a lot of dealerships don't use stickers anymore.
Right.
And we're there to help them with their automotive needs. And so I think a good outbound call is a useful call. A call that really has no meat to it, don't bother those customers. You don't need to. If they need something and you're providing a service to them, that's a good content outbound call.
Kim, I don't know the answer to this question, so I'm just going to ask it. Did you sell cars? Did you spend time on the floor before you entered into this part of your career?
I did. I have done everything in a dealership besides be a mechanic and work a parts counter. So I did start in sales on a dare. Just come try it for 90 days. And the gentleman that hired me is still a general sales manager at our BMW dealership. And a couple of times over the past 25 years, I've gone to him and said, okay, it's been 90 days. I'm done. After a hard day, you said 90 days, man.
Yeah.
Can I check out now? And then I always get, go back to your office. So, yeah. So yes, I did sell, and I loved the sell. I loved selling. After 7 years, I kind of was done. I didn't want to do it anymore, but gosh, I loved the car business, and man, did I love my dealer. I loved Jack and Joe Cooper, and I just didn't want to leave. And they said, you know what? You're always in service with your customers anyway. What do you think about transitioning to a service advisor? Well, I did. And, in 99, when I started at selling, very few women were car salespeople.
Yes. In
2006, when I became a service advisor, again, even less women were service advisors. And, it was kind of a breakthrough thing for me to do. But gosh, I just realized that I clicked. I loved every aspect of it and just progressed from there. And I've managed 3 different service departments as the service manager. Oh. And Joe came to me with this idea for this fixed ops. Let's create it. Let's create this BDC. And I said, I'm in. I want to do this. And wow, has it been? I mean, I have my dream job. I have my dream job with my dream company. I just love it. I go to work happy every day.
That is amazing.
I know. Rare too.
Yes.
I was going to ask you what's I got to ask this question. That's my last question, Vanessa. Let's see. What's the tougher job? Selling cars or being the service advisor, Kim?
Selling cars.
Mm-hmm.
Selling cars. That to me had so many unknowns. And I know, and I'm going to go ahead and say it. A service advisor has the hardest job in the dealership because it is nonstop. It never quits. It's always there. And they are dealing with so many customers at once. Sales, you're only dealing with 1 or 2. Why I thought that was harder is because I really like accomplishing something and feeling like I have done a good job. And in sales, It's just so hit and miss. But in service, yeah, I was exhausted at the end of the day physically, but I knew that I had done a really good job for 30 people that day. And that was gratifying. So it made the job easier.
Amen.
Is that the weirdest answer ever? Probably, but that's mine.
It makes sense.
It's real.
Honestly.
It's real.
Yeah.
All right, let's Vanessa, let's flash back to the 90s and let's see who we have for our automotive superstar.
Yes.
So Vanessa has been preparing some trivia, everybody. We've been doing this every night of the After Dark show. It's kind of fun, actually. And not everybody can recognize who that 90s automotive superstar is. So we've got some fresh ones for tonight, everybody. So in the chat, if you would, let us know your thoughts.
Yeah, we have a few to show tonight. Leave your guesses in the comments, and let's just get right into it.
Okay. Whoa.
All right. Very young in this picture.
Wow, yes. I should say. Now, this is somebody that we've met on the Fixed Ops Roundtable, Vanessa?
I believe so. Oh, on the Fixed Ops Roundtable, 100%.
Oh, yeah. And he's been on the After Dark show as well.
Yes. That's what I was thinking when you said Fixed Ops Roundtable. Yes.
And
Very
Kimberly,
involved.
it looks like he's got a head start here on the business career, right?
Oh, I love that he's at a desk with a phone and a stapler and one of those old-timey pen holder card holders. I love it.
That's awesome. He's ready to make all those calls.
All right, everybody. So do you recognize who this is, this young man in the picture?
I see the resemblance, Roger. I see how you could think Ted. 100%.
Yeah, it could be. I like the sweater, Roger. But Roger, it's not me, but it's something I definitely would have done. Okay, at that age, for sure.
Are we ready to give the answer?
Oh, Tony's onto it here. What's the warranty guy's name? Anybody else? Any other thoughts on who this could be? Tony's onto it. It's David Reinecke, everybody, from Automotive Warranty Network. You're right, Tony, the warranty guy. Okay. So David Reinecke, his mother started the company in their basement, Kimberly, and today they are the largest automotive warranty processing company in the world. They process billions with a B of claims, billions of dollars every month. Okay, and David is now the president of the company. So got an early start here. There we go.
You got a good start.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Moving on. Our second automotive 90s superstar. Who do we think it is? It's a yearbook picture.
That's a yearbook picture, yeah.
Yeah. Look around. I would say in high school in that picture.
Mm-hmm. All right, a little clue here. This gentleman's been on the roundtable for a couple years. Mm-hmm. He's very often in the chat here on the After Dark show. He leaves very lengthy chats. It's tough for him to say anything in a few words. So if that's a hint on who this is.
Blank.
I guess we're tough tonight, huh, Vanessa?
These are some tough ones.
Okay.
So this one is. Are we ready to give it away, Ted?
Let's give it away.
Okay, this is Steve Apicella, you guys.
Yep, Steve Apicella from Strategic DX. So Sean King, we're surprised you didn't get that one. So there we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's go back to back with another yearbook picture. Who is this 90s automotive legend?
I see him in the chat tonight, too. He's here.
I saw him in the chat earlier.
Yeah. What is Sean King?
Knows.
I was trying to answer. Okay, so, Sean, here's your chance. And this one you can answer. And, Sean, you know this person as well. Tony's got it. Sean Butler. No, not Sean Butler. No.
I feel like I could see that though.
It is also from New Jersey. It is Alan Bass from the All American Automotive Group. So Alan's in the chat. So first time we had a picture of Alan here.
Awesome.
All right.
All right.
These are tough ones tonight.
This is a rerun.
Yep. This is the Queen of F&I. Okay. The Queen of F&I, known here on the round table.
Some snaps.
Yeah, we do love Alan Bass. Yep. Queen of F&I, and she's a good friend of Tony Owens, and it is Rebecca Chernick. Tony, yep.
You got that right.
She is, yep.
Good job, Tony. All right. Here we go. Second to last for tonight.
Okay.
Who is this? Let's see if you guys can get it. Enjoying the palm trees. Nice outfit on. That could even be worn today and not get a second look at it. It looks
would that still be that would still fit, right?
100%.
Okay. Anybody know who this could be?
Are we stumped? Tony.
Sean Kingery. Yeah, it could be Sean Kingery. It's you, Sean. Yeah, there we go.
You guys have to get this.
Oh, Sean, you don't know who this is, Sean? No, apparently not. We love you too, Alan. Yeah. Yeah, Alan's got it. Yeah, there we go.
It's the one and only Ted Ings.
That's me. Yeah.
Enjoying the sunny weather. Where was that at, Ted? Do you remember?
This was in Palm Springs. This was in Palm Springs on a beautiful spring day, I think March or April of one year. Yeah, in the late 90s. So, yep. There we go. It's me, Sean. Yep. Everyone, no, it's not Ed Roberts' time.
Everybody thinks that. Okay. So we saved a very special one for last. Who do we think this is?
Have we met this person, Vanessa?
Yes, we have. We have. Everybody tonight.
Yeah.
That might be giving away too much.
Yep. Tony Owens is right there. Yep. Okay. Very good. Yep.
Love the hair.
The hair's great.
The lipstick
Smile.
is amazing.
Smile is great. Yep.
Yes. Eye makeup. It's so 90s though. I love it.
And you've seen her very recently, everybody. So
yes, very recently. She was on the show very recently. Tony, who do you think it is?
It's Kimberly Grubb, Tony. So there we go.
It's like I'm seeing double.
With some fantastic hair.
I love the hair.
Yeah, that was before hair straighteners came out, guys.
Oh my goodness. Was that a perm or was that all natural?
That is my hair. Yeah, I've hated
beautiful. No, I love curly hair. It's beautiful.
Girl, look how big that is. It was so great for the 90s, though. I was on it in the 90s.
Yeah.
That was a great era, Kim, right? That was fantastic.
Oh, it was so fun. Think about from 1991 to 1999. What changed in our world? Wow.
The internet.
So much. It was a critical decade.
We're flashing back to the 90s. Everybody got a lot more in store over the next 9 weeks. So we hope you'll join us. Kimberly, very honored to have you with us tonight and learn more about you. Kimberly Grubb, everybody, at the Cooper Automotive Group. She's on social media. You can find her on LinkedIn. Reach out to her. Best Practice Award winner. They just went out this afternoon, the awards. So I expect to see some pictures of those when they arrive. And Kim, thank you for all you do.
Thank you, Ted. I really appreciate it. It was a pleasure to be here.
A lot of fun. And Vanessa, we're going to miss you next week.
I know. I'm off to spring break, but I'll miss everybody, and I'll be excited to come back very refreshed and relaxed after a week off of school.
All All right. So, everybody, on behalf of Kimberly Grubb and Vanessa Collins and Katrina Ness, I'm Ted Ings, and we thank you for being here. And Sean Butler, we thank you as well, and for all the love and support that all of us are working in, providing Sean and his family. And Sean, we'd love the updates. Can't wait to hear more, in your progress. And Sean King, we thank you as well. So everybody, we'll see you back here Monday night. We're going to have a rebroadcast, and we'll see you back on the After Dark show coming up soon.